There's always so many crazy characters in Masters of the Universe. We got one more crazy one, a bee dude in Buzz Off. Add him to the crazy roster of heroes and villains here. First thing we'll notice with Buzz Off, he has his little hat, kind of his spy gear, has some holes at the top, go into his little antenna. It's kind of a two-look kind of character. It doesn't really go down lower to cover his eyes like he would use maybe in the cartoon. I assume this was kind of his visual spy eyes. He was the heroic spy. Removable, and you can just kind of have his normal kind of bug face with the colorful eyes. Blue splashed with all this yellow and browns. Chest is just a molded design there. It's not a removable armor like a lot of the other characters have. Unique hands here with the claws, though I figure they're probably like clawful claws that he'll use, or at least one maybe, because they're always thinking of the reusable parts there. Same old attire as usual. These monstery feet here. Of course, another one of his features is the wings on the back, which is interesting. I never got to have the Master Universe toys, so I didn't know that they kind of have a technological circuit design. Like maybe he wasn't quite born with the wings, or they're enhanced in some way to improve his flight. They look very machine-like here. He does kind of have this separate attachment piece to have this kind of swiveling feature for the wings, which are pretty cool. They go all the way around, both of them. You know, they're kind of offset so they can spin on their own. Just went over the sorceress wings. Didn't really do a whole lot. These have a lot of motion. You can have them up or however you would like to pose him with. It's not removable per se, though. You could probably get these off. I don't know if you would really want to, since he would just have this peg in the back that's for holding the wings anyway. So that's really nice to see. It's the clear plastic, so you can get that effect with them. Get some light going through them. Probably have to be careful these antennae there. But again, they're always great at picking the color schemes just to have a unique look amongst all the crazy characters here. Again, they were designing toys first, and then, you know, any entertainment of comic books and cartoons and things afterward. They're just designing an awesome character that you'd want to pick up and play, and you'd know exactly who they are as soon as they pick it up. Hey, it's the bee guy. I mean, it's pretty easy. He comes with his original little axe kind of weapon. Not really one he used in the old cartoon or anything. He had more of a lance that kind of shot like electricity, like a lightning bolt out. If he was using any weapons at all, usually just flying around or using his special vision with his helmet. But this is just kind of the weapon the original toy came with, so that's what we have here. Kind of weird handle thing just because he doesn't really have a normal hand to hold it in. It's more like the round part probably fits in there maybe a little better than the handle part. So he's actually probably going to hold it like that. More so. Locks into place in the little claw better. Here's Buzz Off! Why an axe? I don't know. Just you had to have a cool weapon. Fits in both hands though, but again, it's the rounded part probably is better to fit in the claw than the what would seem like the handle. Just a brown color like him. You can do something like this, but I don't recommend it because it's not particularly sturdy on there. And it's easy to go too far on the claw also, and then you get this situation. It does get a little confusing when articulating him, which way the hands and are supposed to really go, and then the forearms here just kind of this weird fuzz that aren't particularly clear on which direction, so I think I got him kind of twisted around weird. Are you left clawed or right clawed, Buzz Off? I'm ambidextrous. Unfortunately, I had a terrible voice on the cartoon. It was like very high pitched, and then throwing in the weird buzzes there, of course, just because bees buzz. But even though he doesn't really have a standard hand, you know, it does have all the motion stuff, and more or less is doing the same thing. I mean, all the other hands are just curved to hold something too, so he'll still be able to do various accessory holdings, or even on vehicles and things too. He could hold the handles. So like Stratos, his main thing is probably the flight, so you might want to get maybe a display kind of stand thing like this. Get him up in the air more, because he will take up more room in your collection with the wingspan. You don't have maybe have him propped up a little bit. Get him up above the collection there with the flight, just like I would probably do with Stratos once I really get my display going. But I kind of keep everybody available so I can compare figures with you here as I open up all my Masters of the Universe Origins figures as they come out. I'm kind of targeting the characters that actually got to appear in the original cartoon. just to try and limit myself in some way instead of getting every single figure they release, especially when they're re-releasing the same character with some different colors and things. Very happy to add the Andreenid Buzz-Off. It does mention the kind of later added species on the box art, so a little added detail that might not have been included in the original toy release. Mostly just called bee people. No extra characters really shown here, just kind of standard villains facing off with Buzz-Off here. Showing his wing feature. The wings are really solid. Hopefully it was smart to release the original style Skeletor and He-Man again. The included comic does feature Buzz-Off quite a bit, even wearing like his hat there. But here again it shows it all the way down, and you can't really do that with the figure, unfortunately. You're kind of showing his axe shooting a beam. As you would imagine as a kid, you know, what their weapons could really do, if they would have extra powers and abilities and things. You could use your imagination back then. Even though there was a show. Just creative design and just creating more creative outlets for kids playing with them, and then adult collectors want to collect and relive and see these characters again still. So hopefully I'll get plenty more Masters Universe Origins figures here. Leave a like if you like seeing Buzz-Off. Hopefully there's a lot more characters to come here. That way I can see you in the next video. Bzzz, honey, bzzz. Real original. Buzz-Off brand honey. I made it myself. Not the best marketing campaign ever. Until next time, He-Man.